I love that you mentioned the line, bowel, brains, and boobs, because basically that's the consolidated version of my health journey. And like all of us, we're a lot more complicated than little buzz phrases. And in between, there's so many stories and so many nuances, which we're not going to go into today. But the main value of doing this together, and I think I heard this from you, Marcy, we do this so that we can add value to each other's lives. And that's why I'm doing this. I'm hoping that by sharing my experience with the patch, which I am out of my mind thrilled about, I just had to share it with everybody. So just by way of a little bit of background, I had a 30-year marriage to Jamie. Jamie died of advanced Parkinson's disease in 2016, and we chose death with dignity. So in the background of a happy 30-year marriage was a compromised immune system. And I also had a successful career. I specialized in marketing and public relations and in launching cable networks. So basically I was a successful public relations professional in the entertainment industry. And Marcy got a kick out of me mentioning some of the companies that I'd worked with, because I worked for HBO and I worked for Showtime and Marvel. And I guess one of your boys or something is a Marvel fan. And she said, "Do you know the man?" And I said, "Stan the man?" And she said, "Yes." I said, "Well, my office was next door to his." And so now she's treating me like a celebrity. So that's okay. You treat me any way you want, but it's just me. And that was then, and this is now. And I went on to have a life as a seminar developer and an educator. And while all this is going on in the background, I did not have a bowel that was properly functioning. And it started since when I was young. I remember having forced enemas. I remember my aunt being called over so that she and my mom could hold me down on the bed, because who wants to have that happen to you? And so there's a lot of emotional stuff that also goes on with our health too. And so all of that has been complicated into what's been going on with me. And so after 3 rectocele repairs and a colon resection, they took out 10 inches of what they called a redundant colon. What a surprise, my body wasn't done. It ended up developing MS. So I have what they call the good kind of MS, which means it's tumefactive. I'm very fortunate. Only 1 in 1,000 people has this. So although I did used to work with a walker and then I progressed to canes, I haven't worked with a walker. I haven't walked with a walker or canes for years now, but I always had a bit of a limp until about a month ago when I started the patch, and now it's almost gone. So after 13 years, so there's nobody more shocked than me. I mean, I had made peace with the fact that I walked that way. I was just kind of dealing the lousy cards that I had been dealt with dignity and humor, right? Because humor makes everything a little bit more palatable. But yeah, you know, as I'm single now, there's the part of me that was pretty mindful that I have a limp, or had. Well, I have to say had, right? It's still new for me, right? So
how long, Sandy, have you been on X39?
1 month.
1 month. Okay, I just want to confirm
right,
this. 1 month, and the limp is like you don't limp.
Almost.
You still limp?
Yeah, depending on the stress. If it's a more stressful day, then it you know. But
and tell them, and I will show the picture when I send the recording. But talk a little bit about your feet. I was blessed enough to see her feet. And what happens with nerve disorders like Sandy's is that the nerves don't pulse the muscle anymore, and your muscles atrophy. And what I saw, and what you'll see in the pictures with the recording, is, what is it, your right foot? It used to be more, you know, atrophied, and now it looks much better. Yes.
It is. So basically what happened 13 years ago at the age of 55, which is why I was hard to diagnose with MS, I got out of bed the way I usually do and I fell down on the floor. And I wasn't moving. My hand was curled like that. And my feet have been numb, you know, and the way that it was explained to me by the neurologist was that with MS, you know, your nervous system is like the electrical circuitry of your body. And so in the same way that like it goes through your, you know, through your spinal cord and through your nervous system, the myelin sheath, like in the same way a wire might have a little, the copper is covered with, you know, like a little tubing or something, that gets fried. So that would be like, that tubing would be the same as the myelin sheath. Right. So when you have MS, the myelin sheath is fried. And so I just have this vision that with the patch that my myelin sheath is getting repaired and that my circuitry seems to be working again. And so at least that's, I mean, I don't know, I'm not a scientist, right? At all, right? But I'm just envisioning.
The myelin sheath allows the nerves to stimulate correctly. And when that's not functioning, and because you also said, remind everyone, because this blew me away, but you said, my feet aren't numb anymore, and tell them what you love to do in the mornings now.
Oh. Okay. Okay, well, so what I love to do, I wake up and I play with my toes. And it's just, because first of all, I can feel them. So I play, you know, I play with them all the time. So after you and I spoke, I actually sent the photo of my feet and your excitement about my feet. I sent a note to my nephew, Andrew, because we have baby Aaron James in the family now. And he sends me a photo of the baby playing with his feet and the sheer joy on this baby's face. I was thinking, you understand me. That's like how I am in the morning. It's like, so it's just like, I mean, I know that we all love to talk about age reversal techniques or whatever, but you know, so I'm the baby playing with my feet in the morning, I guess. But while we're talking about babies for a second, I'm going to digress 1 second. Please, because I know that we're talking about our, you know, bowel, brain, and boobs. But while I'm playing with my feet, I'm just hugging my skin. I mean, my skin, okay, to be honest, I've always had pretty skin, okay? But it's like baby's tush skin. It's like, I love my skin, I love my feet. And this is somebody that was having trouble getting up in the morning because, you know, there was fatigue and apathy that goes with that. And kind of, look, I have a very youthful spirit. So I was very good at getting through the day. But now it's not about getting through the day anymore. Now it's about how much more can I do? How because there's stamina and there's, I don't know, there's a playfulness to it that is so lovely. I picked right up on the glutathione. Beth Breer, who brought me into this into this community, the Supernatural Mom, and she is so fabulous at getting rid of all toxins in your body and your home and all of that. She was telling me, besides the X39, about glutathione, and I instantly lit up. And so what happened is I went on the X39, and I instantly started getting back energy and stamina. And then with that comes some strength. I still have some more strength work to go, right?
Yeah.
But once I started on the glutathione, that's when the feet and the numbing started. So you're right, that combination for me, and I can't speak for everybody that has MS.
That's when the feet started not to be so numb. Is that right? The
Correct. That's what
rescinded. Okay, thank you.
And then I got greedy. Okay, then once I started realizing what it did, I thought, okay, I'm going to put one glutathione on each foot and then see, because it's not like the left one was great, you know, but it was just, I know I'm playing. It's just, it's not like Western medicine where it's like you go an OD on it. It's like your body naturally knows what it's going to be absorbing or something. I'm not.
I agree.
So I don't know. I've been playing and it's been fun to explore how the body is working or not working and how it can work better.
Let's move now to the boobs. What's going on with that?
Okay, well, you hit the nail on the head when you were talking about when the toxins aren't exiting your body. And 3 weeks after my husband passed, which as if I wasn't dealing with enough, I ended up with a diagnosis of breast cancer, stage 2. There's no history of breast cancer in my family. So I know that everything is starting with my poorly functioning gut. So I had a lumpectomy, and so they took out, you know, the tumor and 2 or 3 nodes, I guess it was. And then I got that call that every woman dreads, that they didn't get it all. So they had to go back in and have a second lumpectomy. So then it's like, I'm done. I've had enough. So I declined. I was not a candidate for chemotherapy, but I declined radiation because, you know, that's very, there's 2 sides to that story, you know, and everybody has to make the decision that's right for them. Absolutely. And it's very hard because all of your Western medicine physicians are really pressuring you to do the radiation. And I'm feeling so proud of myself because I declined. Sure enough, a year later, it did come back again. So I had my 3rd lumpectomy on the right breast. So I'm very fortunate that I had a lot to start with. Let's put it that way. And they did a beautiful job. So at least that's one issue that I'm fortunate that I'm not, you know, not too self-conscious about or anything. But what does happen though at the age, because I'm 68, so postmenopausal things also have to do with lessening sexual desire, or I don't really have a partner right now to practice, but I think that when I do have a partner to practice, I'm going to be very thrilled with the results, because when I have practiced by myself, it's like, oh my God, it's like I'm 30 again. It's like, are you kidding? It's like wow. So I have to tell you this. I've got a good friend who looks out for me, right? Like we've done business together for years. And he goes, I don't know, Sandy, do you think it's a placebo? And, you know, I said to him, if this is a placebo, I'll take the placebo. One concept, because I'm a Nichiren Buddhist, so I'm a member of SGI. And we all have challenges in our lives in the area of relationships or finances or health. Yes. Sometimes we have them all at the same time. And just that structure about, oh, that's how life works. Okay, I'm dealing with something with my son right now. Okay, so that's the area of relationships. So I chant Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. I've been doing this for almost 20 years. And it's a way of, it's my dialogue with the universe is what it is. I know that there are answers greater than myself. So for me, after I got past the self-consciousness of feeling silly, the fact that the testimonials of our meetings really have to do with all of the life changes that this practice has brought into people's lives. And I do feel that the way the patch works is very analogous in that it has given us a structure, because the stem cells, it's like the push button for everything in the body. You know, I mean, I know we all have, you know, it could be a heart issue or a muscle issue or MS or whatever it is, but stem cells is like this universal solution that everybody can relate to. So to me, it's like a Buddhist practice. It's just like, oh, yes, we all belong here.